a real quick video on different types of chords on the mandolin. One of the first things I noticed when I started playing like 3 months ago, so I'm really new at this, is that the chords they recommend in the book are really quite hard for me as a beginner. So what I did was did some music theory extrapolation and figure out some chords that are really nice and simple for beginners. To me they sound great, and I don't really see these a lot, but they might be popular. Anyway, here we go. So you all know these are your, this is your G chord, and this would be your C, and then this is your D. But the problem with those chords is they involve open strings. So when you play them, you can't mute the strings easily unless you're good with your palm, which I'm not. So for me, a G chord that's more like this, that's easier for me because I can mute it and control it better. I'm just going to real quick go over the different formations of chords that I've discovered and that are probably known by other people, but I haven't seen a video explaining it. So here we go. This is your G chord, right? That's a G chord if you really want to use all 4 strings. That's a very popular chord. To me, that's cumbersome. So what I did was I did some figuring out, and here's a nice bar chord you can use. And for those of you who aren't familiar with bar chords, it's where you in essence have to lay your entire finger across several strings, anywhere from 2 to 4 in this case. And you might say, well, that's dumb. Why would I want to do that? Well, the reason is, let me show you. So here's a C, right? So this is my C. This note is a C. So I'm picking that note, and I'm fretting straight across. Really, I'm only concerned about the E string and the G string and the A string. Sorry, the G string and the D string. And I'm fretting across, and then I'm just laying my finger right there on the A string, which is 2 frets up. So there's a C, right? And you really got to get some good pressure on there, and only hit the first 3 strings. If I want to make this a D chord, rather than having to switch my fingers, I can just slide up 2 frets, because I know there's C, that's C sharp, that's D. Oh wow, that's pretty easy. So if this is C, this is B, this is B flat. So it allows you to walk chords a lot easier. The other cool thing about this is its major chord, right? C major. This is C minor. All you got to do is lower that fret 1/2 step. So that's incredibly useful. Not that you ever be switching from C minor to C major, but you're going to be able to find it really quick. It's not going to be a really difficult chord. And one thing that's nice about this is you can add this last note once you get better. That's not as good as the major sounding one. Alright, now there's your bar chords. So you say, alright, there's C, D, but I don't want to jump clear up to here for G. That just sounds bad. So what you can do is, starting on a bar chord, right? We're going to start on D, right? D. Very close to this fingering on these same frets, I can get a G chord. This is how this works. I'm not going to go through all the explanation. I'm just going to show you. So there's a D. This is a G. Ready? Go up 1 fret with your ring finger, and then close in on that 1 fret down, 1 string over, right? So there's my G. So I know that this is D. So there's my 4th relationship. So D to G is a 4th. So by the same respect, I can go from C to F. Really nice and easy. The other thing about this is, so we know that this bar chord I can go to a minor by just moving down 1 fret on the 3rd played string. The same deal goes with this other inversion, which is what I just showed you, the 4th above. So there's F, and then F minor is just lowering this string 1 fret. I prefer this fingering. It's much cleaner and easier. Alright, now I don't know if you can see that. So here's my first bar chord, right? Barred first 2 notes. Here's the minor of that. Then here's the 4th above, which would be an F chord instead of a C. and then here's the F minor. If you slide that finger down, it's easier to do this fingering. That's much easier. Now you might say, well, what the heck's the purpose of that? Well, I can play C to G just in this little range here. I can go C, F, D, G, which are super popular, super useful chords. The other nice thing about this is this one chord progression is really popular amongst like Latin music. It's like a D minor to an A major, or an E minor to a let me think here. E minor to, I'm drawing a blank, to B major. So if I have my B, this is my B chord. This is my E minor. So you can see that. There's my B, and then I'm going right to E minor. Really nice and clean transition. Sweet thing is, man, you got to stick with these bar chords. They help things so much. You can move really quickly. Really nice and smooth. So I hope that helps some people out there. Get used to those bar chords. I don't see why they're any more of a hindrance. You can also quickly, before I forget, on this bar chord, you can add this finger up here. So here you go. You can add your pinky there and get a high note. So for example, if I'm playing this progression, I can quick add that. Alright everybody, have a good night.